You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a rainy day here in Georgia. It's a rainy day in Gwinnett County. Let me tell y'all something. It was a rainy night in Georgia. And I woke up this morning, it was dark, and it was so crazy because I thought it was still late. And so I laid back down, and my husband called me. He was like, "Are you up?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm up now." It was so crazy because it was so dark, I thought it was still late, and I slept like a baby. So, yeah, it's a rainy day here in Georgia, and I got to go out in that. I hate going out in the rain, y'all. But anyway, 67 degrees, going up to a high of only 71. It's going to rain most of the afternoon, so take your umbrella, take your umbrella. That's Rihanna. I'm doing a terrible job of messing up Rihanna's song. Anyway, take your umbrella because it's going to rain. So you know what today is? Today is Let's Talk Thursday, and I have my returning guest, Miss Caylin White. So we're going to bring her on shortly. We're going to be talking about affirmations and a bunch of other stuff. You know, we're creatives. We love all this stuff, and I love talking to creatives. So I'm excited about this once again. But before I do that, I got to get you my horoscopes, and I got to tell you what today is. Today is National Apple Dumpling Day. Here's the crazy thing about me. Today is National Apple Dumpling Day. If you like apple dumplings, go ahead, knock yourself out. I would take all of the apples out of the dumpling and just eat the dumpling. I don't know, for some reason I can't do cooked up fruit, y'all. It's something crazy. It's just me. I know it's a mental thing. Like me and cooked up fruit, just don't do it. It just don't work. And I've tried. Like my mother make blackberry cobbler, and my daughter make peach cobbler, and all that stuff. I take all the crust off and just eat the crust. Cannot eat the fruit for some reason. Even with pecan pie, love pecan pie. Take all the middle off the pecan pie. Eat the pecans and the crust. I know I got some issues. I'm working on them though. I'm working on them. Hey, maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by Notable Astrologer Micah Thyssen. For today, September the 17th, I have no birthdays to announce today. Listen, if you got a birthday or anniversary, a baby shower, a new birth, a wedding engagement, a graduation that you want me to give a shout out to someone, just shoot me an email, audrey@goodmorninggwinnett.com, and I'll be happy to shout them out and show them some love right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. All right, let's kick it off with Aries, and that's how we always do it. Aries, don't bend to pressure. Make love, not war, and we'll be all fine. Yes. Try to be a bit more understanding, or you may end up spending the evening alone. Listen, Aries, make love, not war, and stop and be understanding. Because it's a rainy night in Georgia. You don't want to be by yourself. Not tonight. Not in the wintertime. I don't know anybody who wants to be alone in the wintertime. In summertime, people want to be free. They want to be free to move about. But in the wintertime, everybody want to be snuggled up. Not everybody. A lot of people do. It's like that snuggle time. Taurus, major moves will be emotional and not necessarily to your benefit. Be aware that you might be at fault as well. Talk to those in a position of power about your intentions. Yeah, you might be at fault too, Taurus. Don't blame it all on the other person, because 9 times out of 10, you had a hand in that whole thing too. So own up to your crap and move forward. Gemini, your contributions will be valued and helpful. Concentrate on your job. Your personal life will be disrupted if you have been too busy with business. Ooh, listen, I understand that, Gemini. I understand. When you're on your grind mode, you want to just grind. But listen, you got to pay attention to your personal life. Don't you won't have one. You got to pay attention to your personal life or you won't have one. My husband just texted me, y'all. He want me to give a shout out to Benny Brown. So that's Benny from Naughty by Nature. He grew up with Naughty by Nature. And he just texted me, like, it's Benny's birthday. Happy birthday, Ben Rock. Happy birthday. And many, many more. He's up in Jersey. And he is one of the members of Naughty by Nature. He's a business partner. Yeah, he and Tretch. They grew up in East Orange, New Jersey. That's where my husband grew up in East Orange, New Jersey. I grew up in Newark. Happy birthday, Ben Rock. All right. Cancer. Conflicts over joint finances are likely. This is not the time to lend or borrow money or possessions. Take time to catch up on overdue correspondence. Yeah, do not lend or borrow money today, Cancer. Is not the time. Don't do it. Your stars are saying hold on to your coins. Hold on. Leo, communication must be open, precise, and honest. If you take on too much, you will find yourself in a metrodome. You need to be inspired and have your spirits lifted. Yep, I understand, Leo. You need to be inspired, get your spirits lifted. Listen, I love YouTube when I need this. When I need to be inspired, I love YouTube and I love podcasts. Here's the thing though. I listen to podcasts mostly in my car. But when I'm in my bedroom and I need to be inspired, let me tell y'all something. If you don't know this, you need to know. So I'm launching a new venture, right? And I talked about it. I haven't told you what it was yet, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more because my guest today is an artist. But I'm launching a new venture. And I made a proposal to an organization here in Gwinnett County about having their own TV network because I have a TV network called Noise. Anyway, with my new venture, I'm going to have a channel on there sporting my goods that looks like HSN. So you don't think people be watching that stuff? They watch TV. They do. I watch it all the time. I go on there, I look for entrepreneurs. I go especially on Amazon. Not so much as Netflix, but I go to Amazon Fire TV, and I'll type in entrepreneurs, and all these things come up about entrepreneurs, entrepreneur podcasts, entrepreneur shows, entrepreneurs coaching, all kinds of stuff come up about entrepreneurs, and I'll sit there and watch it so I can be inspired. Now I'm gonna have my TV channel on there, and I can't tell you what it is yet. It's gonna be there though. And you're going to be able to watch the products that we'll be selling from my e-commerce store that's going to lead right back to the e-commerce. I'm so excited about that. And it's so funny because I was talking to my guest a minute ago and she was saying, you've been building up to this the whole time. And I said, absolutely, because now I can put it on TV. It's going to be a whole TV channel on Netflix and Roku and all those other, not Netflix, but Roku and Fire TV. I'm excited. Let me stop talking. Take the time to help those less fortunate. You will be able to get your own way if you use your intellectual charm and know-how. Take part in stimulating debates that will allow you to show off your intelligence. That's for you, Virgo. Show people how smart you are. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes we want to dumb ourselves down for other people. Nah, it's okay. Show them how smart you are. Now, don't be braggadocious. That's not what I'm saying. Just show people that you're intelligent. That's all. And today is your day. All right, listen, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Notary Astrologer Micah Thyssen. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever seemed to be over. I saw, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky me. Lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky me. Lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. Should've known by your rap sheet that you weren't nice. But now I am telling you, I'm going to smile. But I would never, ever would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever seemed to be over. I saw, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky me. Lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky me. Lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star. And in a week or two, I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck, and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track. Here she goes. Lucky me. Lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky me. Lucky.
back. Welcome back. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Libra, sooner or later, your partner will have enough. It's time to clear your decks. You need an outlet that will not only stimulate you, but also challenge your intelligence as well. Yeah, I understand that. I love to be challenged. I love it. I was watching something the other night. I think I talked about this the other day. I was watching. It started out about the Secret Book of America or something, but it ended up talking about mafia. And so instead of me looking at the gory details of what the mafia did, I was looking at how did they make that organization so strong? What did they do? This was me. I'm looking at the mafia thinking about that, right? That sounds crazy. I know. But that's who I am. I like to be challenged. Scorpio, you need an outlet that will help you take your mind off troubles at work. Situations can easily get blown out of proportion if you have made unreasonable promises. Travel and communication will not run as smoothly as you hoped. Ooh, Scorpio, you just having a bad day, sugar. Oh my goodness, everything is just a mess. But that's okay. Stop for a moment. Take a minute. Matter of fact, take two. Take a deep breath and work it out. It's going to be okay. It's just for the day. Sagittarius, don't take advantage of your expense account. Don't be a pest or a troublemaker today. Help elders in your family. Yeah, that means don't spend too much money today, Sagittarius. And don't be a pest or a troublemaker. Nobody likes pests. Nobody likes troublemakers. Don't do that today. You won't be very liked if you do. Help an old person. Yeah, that's nice. Make you feel good. That instead of being a pest, don't pester the older person either. Don't be a pest. Capricorn, you will find that social activities will lead you into passionate meetings. Okay, I don't know what kind of passion that is. Focus on using your creative abilities in other ways. You have to let go of your past if you wish to get out of the any sentiment mood that might be hanging over your head. Yeah, let go of the past. I live in the past sometime, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I had a minute yesterday. I was laying on my bed. This was like late in the evening after I had finished work, and I went right back to some past things. Sometimes thinking in the past kind of gives you a smile. Then it can make you sad too, depending on what you're thinking about. So just move forward today, Capricorn. Leave the past in the past. Move forward. Aquarius, feeling under the weather may be a result of overindulgence. Don't let someone talk you into parting with your cash unless you can truly see the benefits of doing so. You will be confused about the intentions of someone you work with. Listen. Make sure it's something you really want to do before you let go of that money today. Hold on to your coins. Yeah, unless it's something you can really see the benefit from. If it's going to benefit you in some kind of way and they're trying to get, but you know what? Dig deep. It's some scammers out there, boy. I'm telling you. They're everywhere. Oh, okay, my fellow fish Pisces. You can make financial deals that will bring in extra cash. Yeah, don't let your stubborn nature get to make new friends if you get involved in group activities. All right, so good. Listen, fish, we got some making stars in our money making sector today. So yeah, make some financial deals so you can bring in that extra money. You know the holidays are coming. Yep, and it's gonna be a lot of shopping online. I'm excited about that too with my new e-commerce store. Anyway, yeah, we can be stubborn sometimes, but today is not the day to be stubborn. So don't be stubborn, fish. Don't do it. And do some group things so you can get involved and meet some new people and make some new friends. I bowl on Thursday. We just started. This is our third week. So we are already making new friends. I'm excited about that. I used to bowl in the league when I was in Jersey. So my husband and I and my good friend Georgette, we're bowling in the league. So Stars and Strikes. We're there on Thursday night bowling. By the third game, I am beat down. By the first and second game, you might get a good game out of me. But anyway, it's fun, and we get to meet new people and make new friends. So I'm already on my new friends game, fish. What about you? Get out there. Find you something to do. I like to bowl. I like sports. All right, listen to solar horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes. You know today is my Friday. I know you guys got one other day, and it's okay. It's going to get there. It's coming. But I'll be back again on Monday at 10 to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thosson. Now let's get on with the show. So a few weeks ago, I had Miss Caylin White on my show. She's an artist. She is phenomenal. Her work is beautiful. And today she's coming back because we didn't get a chance to talk about law of attractions. And I know some of you want to know, what is law of attractions and does it really work? So without further ado, welcome back to the show, Caylin.
Thank you. How you doing?
Oh, girl, I'm tired, but it's okay. And I got a bowl tonight, and I got to go out to the doctor. I got a lot to do today in the rainy day. It's a rainy day. So,
It is.
It is. It is. So now I know you do a lot of good stuff, but for people who didn't hear the last show, can you give us a refresher on who you are and tell us about your career as an artist? And then we're going to get into affirmations and what are they and do they really work?
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me back. We had a wonderful conversation. I'm so happy to continue it. Yes, I am an artist at heart. I am also a marketer, so I marry those two things with CBC Inked. And I have been in an artistic family and been an artist for so long that it sort of feels that it's my second nature. I was drawing at a very young age. My mom is an art teacher, was an art teacher. I have, creativity in all areas of my life. And so I found that through kind of drawing and doodling here and there and filling some of my sketchbooks, they could become something a little bit more as I started to learn about self-care and how important that was. I, again, sort of coupled those two together. So I started drawing and learning about affirmations. I found the law of attraction in my life after college. I had just moved to Georgia, just met my future husband and was starting my life here and was introduced to the idea of your mind being more powerful than you can ever think, ironically. And so I began my journey of self-care through how thoughts change your entire perspective. And the whole time I'm learning about self-care, I'm also drawing and creating artwork. And so the way that I sort of, draw Affrimations is what I created on CBC Inked. I created something called Affrimations, which are artistic affirmations. It's basically to inspire daily wellness. And, I was introduced to all the good ones, The Secret, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, the people that are changing lives just by simply being positive. And they affected me so much that I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. And it is not easy, nor is it something that if you don't work it, it doesn't work. So, part of that was not only retraining my own brain, but also it was spilling out of me into my art. And so I partnered with a wonderful company called Holistic Life, a friend from home in Michigan, and we started including the Affrimations in subscription boxes for wellness. So they would get essential oils or some beautiful candles and some bath salts and a beautiful piece of art, and that would sort of be part of their monthly wellness box. And that was how it started. That was how I said, wow, I've been sitting and drawing these Affrimations for me. Selfishly, I was drawing those Affrimations for my own benefit to affirm daily, maybe put it on my mirror. And then someone said, ooh, I like that. And, ooh, my friend would like that. Ooh, maybe I can get that for my friend. And so it became this sort of, small process of me making some for others and selling some in boxes and me just making connections along my own journey, and then K Squared Boutique came up and they are here in Atlanta, beautiful handmade boutique. And so then the Affrimations ended up there. Such a wonderful kind of journey because it's not just about the art itself. It's truly about those connections that you make and how much those affirmations have helped me. I could probably talk about affirmations this whole podcast because I do feel that I am where I am because of my mindset. It's not even just affirming. It's reassuring. It's reminding. It's picking myself off the floor. It's making sure I can forge ahead. There's so much, other, words that go along with the power of affirmations that, I think my art could potentially help someone get to that point. You never know where someone is in their journey. And if someone can, maybe put something out in their day to start and you can help them affirm that they are whatever they need to be that day, that's my purpose. So it was kind of a cool realization that through my own self-care, I wanted to help others get there too. So that's kind of the journey of CBC Inked and how that came about. I have 3 million sketchbooks full of art just
Oh, wow.
waiting to get out to the world. And it makes me excited when, I get notifications from K Squared Boutique, and Kesha, the owner, will send me a message and say, someone came in today and purchased your Affirmation. It was a cute little grandma. She bought it for her teenager. And it was like, that's it right there.
Yeah.
It's just, you really do love those stories. So that's what kind of kept me going. And, as an artist, it is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You are a creative brain, and it's a struggle. And so marketing yourself and getting yourself out there is so hard. There are days when you want to give up, and there are days when good news comes, and there are days when great things happen. And so those affirmations kind of push you through that whole entire process. Because I got to tell you, there are days where I said, why am I doing this? I'm not making any money. I'm not doing this. And then you will, and then you do. And so you always kind of go back to those affirmations as, this is a great reminder. Like, kick yourself in the pants and get up. You're fine. So that's the affirmation story with me. And I hope it helps people.
And I'm sure it does. And it's so funny, as you were talking, I was getting chills over it because my mind is like racing. But let's go back for a second. What made you decide to even look into self-care? Because a lot of times as women, we're so busy taking care of everybody else that we are always last on the list of people to take care of. What made you even go down that journey of, thinking about, I need to focus on self-care?
Yes. Great question. It is a combination of trying to find myself and also dealing with autoimmune. I was diagnosed young with my ligaments. It's a chronic ligament disorder where basically, autoimmune disease comes out in funny ways. And when you first hear from a doctor that you have something wrong with you, your world kind of is like flipped upside down and around, and you are not your diagnosis kind of a person, and you're like, I'm going to beat this and I'm going to do all the things, and 90% of that is mental. And the physical side of it, you can adjust and you can help and you can eat the right foods and do the right exercise, which is exactly what I did. But without that mental piece, you will fail. It is 100% certain. And so I did not have that mental piece. And what was happening was, I would learn that the more negative I was in my brain, the more pain happened in my body. And I started to see that connection of, okay, if I'm stressed out, my back is going to hurt. If I'm if I'm worried and scared, I will get a headache. And so there's a lot of mental side to calming yourself down. And I didn't know where to look. I don't want to be on medicine for the rest of my life. I do not want to be on pain pills. I do not want surgery. I chose the 100% natural path, holistic route, which, as you know, is a very long and arduous road. It is daily habits. It is got to get the honey, got to get the cinnamon, got to get the oil. You have to do a lot of things when you go the natural route. And I was completely overwhelmed, and concerned, and didn't really know where to turn. And someone handed me that secret book. I think it was my dear friend, Amy King, Dr. Amy King. She's a chiropractor here in Atlanta. And I think, it's just things hit you in different ways. And when I saw, oh my gosh, my mind is connected to my body. Of course it is. It was like a light bulb went off, and all of the things that I read were making sense to me. And when something makes sense to you, it clicks, it vibes, it fits into your schedule. It allows you to just say, okay, here's a great answer. I just have to work it. If I'm not going to work it, I can either lay on my bed and feel sorry for myself and say, I'm just going to be in pain every single day. Or I can get up and say, I'm going to manage my pain and I'm going to manage my mind, because that was such a core part of that sort of pain relief. I lived in chronic pain since I was 10 years old. I was headaches every day, migraines once a week. My awesome mom took me to a chiropractor at a young age and completely transformed my life with just the power of your spine. And today I would say I'm like 85, 90% pain free. I have up days and down days, but it is such a mindset. If I don't start my day out right with those affirmations, with that mindset, with goals, with intentions, my body will just collapse. And there are days when I crash and burn. I do too much. We all do. But I think that self-care journey taught me to just reset. I got to get back in the seat. I have to get back. If I treat my body good, if I treat my mind good, I can beat it. So when you live in pain, you will literally do anything to get out of it. So
wow,
that's where I am. So yeah, it's kind of a crazy like health journey too.
Let me tell you something. I watched a show last night called Diagnosis. I don't know if you've seen that show. It's an original documentary series on Netflix. And when I tell you, you would be amazed at some of the things that people suffer with, and they have no clue what it is. You were fortunate that the doctor could give you a diagnosis. With the people that they were profiling in this show, a lot of them didn't have a diagnosis. They just knew that they had these problems. And when I tell you, I was sitting there like it was crazy. Like I'm like it was one young girl. She sounded just what you're saying. She sounded just like you. She was 23 years old. She was an athlete her whole life, and then around 20, she started having like this excruciating pain. Had no idea what it was. No doctor could tell her what it was. Yeah. And she would be fine, right? And all of a sudden it just hit her to the point where she was just in so much pain. She had to go to the hospital. They couldn't really help her really. They would give her some pain meds, but that only worked for a minute. So what happened was there's a doctor in New York. I'm telling you, the show is amazing. You probably will love it. There's a doctor in New York. Her name is Dr. Lisa Saunders, and she decided to crowdsource medical information for people, which I thought was genius. So she get these cases that the doctor can't figure out what they are. And then she take the information and then she writes this amazing story about each one of the people that's suffering. And the New York Times has partnered with her. And the New York Times, they run that story all across the world. And they ask people to call in with information if they know anything about this, if they have symptoms, if they know anybody. And because of that young girl was able to find out that she had something called CPT something another. And because of that, she was able to get the help she needed. It's amazing. I was like, oh my God, like it's crazy. Yeah. But you don't know. When you don't know, that's when you hurt. And what I've learned from just one night of watching that show and listening to you is that you cannot take the first diagnosis as the final answer or the be all to, because you didn't want to be on medicine. I hate being on medication. Right? So you said, you know what? I'm not going to be on medication. I'm going to do 100% holistic. Yes. And a lot of people, right? Now a lot of people don't know how to do that. And then let me just say this. I talk to a lot of people. Work. It's a lot of work. And when you think about affirmations, right? I think for a lot of people, it's like, okay, if I affirm something, how do I make an affirmation? And how do I stay consistent with that so that I can heal myself?
Oh, yeah. It is. I don't want to say it's an uphill battle, but it is a constant, it's almost like your calendar or your daily duties. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like washing your face. You need to incorporate it into your daily schedule because that is how you get things done. Your affirmations need to be actionable. So it's not just you're waking up in the morning, you're having gratitude for your day, you're getting up and you're going, you look in the mirror and you say, okay, I'm beautiful. Okay, great. You go about your day. That really does nothing but make you feel good, which sometimes you just need. Sometimes that is the affirmation. But if you sort of make them actionable, for instance, today I learned about redirecting your energy. And so my affirmation today is I'm going to respect my energy because I started to realize I was putting too much energy into something else that was draining me. And I was putting too much energy over here that was, sort of redirecting, and I wasn't focusing my energy on the right place, which is maybe work or my art or, being healthy that day. And I found that because I, could redirect it and realize it, that was my affirmation for today, which is new to me. I'm still learning about that, and you don't realize how much time you spend in your mind thinking about something in particular, going over it again, doubting yourself. And a lot of that is just getting out of your own head. And so when you're in pain and you have a mystery pain and you don't know what it is, you're going to worry about it. It's inevitable. You're going to worry, okay, is it a tumor? Is it a heart attack? Is it, and most of the time it's just muscular pain, or you have ligament pain, or you're a woman and you have pains. And so, part of it is just overcoming the fact that, okay, how do I work through this? And one of my dear friends, Dr. Sarah, another chiropractor, I have a lot of chiropractor friends, I totally believe in it. And she said to me, changed my whole perspective. I gotta say, she said to me, I want you to lean into your pain and say to it, like, you got to say to it, like, okay, I accept that you're here. I want you to heal. And it was like, every time you're in pain, you just want to be mad at it. You just want to be like, oh, I hate my body today. Oh, I hate this. Like, oh, I'm so mad at it. Everybody does it. Like, you stub your toe, you're so mad about it. But if you lean into the pain, accept it and say, I see that you're there. I accept you. I want you to heal. I want you to feel better. It was like, I do that now every time. And I don't know if it works or not, but it does change your attitude about it for sure. So I think these affirmations are about how you're going about doing it. There are so many affirmations out there that, you can get them on YouTube, you can listen to them all night, you can get them in the morning. There's these apps that you can send yourself. But if they don't apply to like what's going on with you, it might not be as effective. So with me and, my art and I'm also, working on a marketing program for brands and artists that it's, a struggle, like a marketing training program. And for me, when I focus my affirmations on my business, which is a whole nother side of affirmations, you can do an entrepreneurial affirmation style. It's almost like I feel empowered. I have the side of me where I need affirmations to feel good mentally, to handle life. And then I have these affirmations on the side where I want to channel my business. And channeling is a little bit different than just affirming. When you are channeling something in, it's like talking about, for instance, like, this person was in a car crash, right? How sad was that? They were in a car crash. You inadvertently, without knowing it, are actually channeling a car crash just by talking about it. And so I'm very careful with my words. Oh. So I don't actually like speak negatively. Like today, if I was going out, I'm not going to be like, oh man, I hope there's no traffic out there. The universe really only hears traffic, and you're channeling traffic. And so it's interesting to really get a level deeper with affirmations and how you can really talk about how you're channeling things into your life, whether you know it or not. Sometimes it's tomorrow, sometimes it's next year. Oftentimes my stepdaughter and I will be talking about something and we'll say something random, yellow duck or purple something. And then 2 days later, she'll say, oh my gosh, look, yellow duck. And it happens to us a lot as a family. And so I want, not just these surface level affirmations to be a thing, but also understanding that manifesting and channeling something, if you believe it, can help you and your business. And as agency owners, you can really start to think your future into essentially existence. And it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to get, the house of your dreams. You're not going to get your Lexus right away, but you're going to manifest those steps that it takes to get to the place that you want. If you think that you're going to be a bum, you're going to be a bum. Right. If you're not, you're sort of moving towards those small baby action steps. I'm actually creating a blog post right now. And yes, my site GoDaddy is working on migrating my site, so it'll be back up tomorrow. But I'm working on a blog post right now called Sticky Notes to Success, because this is literally my life right now. If I have an idea, it goes in a sticky note. If I have an affirmation, it goes on a sticky note. Sometimes I have quotes to remind myself, and these little action items that I'm taking I have realized along the way, I should have taken stock in sticky note, but I really have made things happen, even if they're small. Right. Tiny victories, right? So yeah, there are definitely layers and levels of affirming and channeling. And there are days when you're going to throw your hands up and say, nope, it doesn't, I don't believe any of this. Nothing's working. I'm just going to give up. And then the next day you wake up and you're like, nope, it's worth a try. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to affirm and keep changing and pivoting my affirmations to make sure that they're tailored to me. So, that I think is important. Don't just affirm other people's affirmations. You have to make them your own.
Yeah, recently it's so funny. You said a bunch of stuff, and I was thinking about a lot of things that happened to me. I'm going to tell a quick story. Back in 2017, I was having severe back problems. I was in pain all the time, and I went to a lumbar spine doctor. He did an MRI, and he came back. He told me that I had some discs that were slipped and blah blah blah. He said, "Well, we see something on your ovaries," and I was like, "Oh." So now automatically I get afraid. So he said, "Yeah, it's probably nothing. Just go follow up with your primary." So I go to my primary doctor, and she orders another CAT scan, another MRI, and so I didn't think anything about it. So I'm waiting for the results to come back. So Saturday morning, 2017, St. Patrick's Day, I get this call, and it goes, "Hi, Audrey." I said, "Yeah." It's about 8:30 in the morning. I said, "Good morning. This is Kaya from Doctor." I'm not gonna say her name. Doctor such and such office. I was like, "Oh, hey, Kaya, how you doing?" She's like, "I'm good, and you?" "Yeah." I said, "He said, I'm just calling to give you your results of your results." And I said, "Oh, okay." He says, "Yeah, you have cancer." And I did a long pause, and I said, "Did he just say I got cancer?" I said, did you say I had cancer?"
Whoa.
And he's like, "Yeah, but the good thing is, we caught it in time, so we're going to send you over to Emory, and they're going to, we're going to get you some pathology done there, and then, I'm sure they're going to be able to catch it." And this is how he's talking to me, as if, he just said I won the lottery or something. So I hang up the phone, and I automatically just start bawling. And so my mom comes running in. It's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Hey, yeah, I got cancer." So I'm like bawling. Now, my mom had already been through breast cancer twice. So she said to me, "Audrey, it's going to be okay. Stop crying. It's going to be okay. You're going to get through this." And I was like, "I know, but..." So my whole life flashed before, because that's what happens. It flashes before my face. So for the rest of the day, I was with my mom, my niece, and my daughter. My daughter was driving. I was just in the back seat, just kind of reflecting on, oh man, I might be running out of time, right? And I'm sitting back there and I'm riding. And I remember we had to take my niece to Stockbridge because she was in college at the time and she had to go back. And she was going to ride with a friend to go back to school. And so from where I am to Stockbridge is about a 40-minute ride. And so for the whole 40 minutes there, I was real quiet. The whole car was quiet. Nobody was saying anything. And the whole trip back, it was quiet. The very next day, I was like, you know what? I got stuff to do. And it is what it is. And that's what I said. And I kind of let it go. And I did not worry about it anymore. I go to Emory. And they did all these tests, and they said, "Audrey, we can't tell what it is. We can't tell if it's cancer." She said, "But you have a whole lot of them, and they're going across your pelvis area, like in a row." She said, "But we can't tell what they are." And so this was March. So she said, "So what we're going to do," now this is what she said to me, "What we're going to do, we're going to watch it and see if it grows." And I'm thinking, you going to do what? You going to watch it? No, take it out. Take it, get it out of me. So she said, "No, we're going to watch it and see if it grows." And so from March to July, they watched it. It did not grow. And I had surgery in July. And so she told me, she said, one of the problems that we could run into with having this surgery is because they're attached to your bladder and your intestines. You may have to have a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. To me, that was worse than having cancer. And I was like, oh my God. To a backstory that I had been to college for business. And then when I got out of college for business, I went back to school to be a nurse because I was working in a hospital. And I thought I could be a nurse because I was working in a hospital. They work 3 days a week and they're making a lot of money. So that's what I was going to do. And I went to nursing school and I dropped out the day I had to go to my clinicals and change a colostomy bag. And so that came flooding back in my head like, oh my God, that's why I failed nursing school, because I was afraid to change a colostomy bag. Now you're telling me I might have to wear one? Oh my God, I was a mess. I was a mess that day. So I had the surgery in July. And the first thing I said when I woke up to my husband, I said, "Do I have a colostomy bag?" He said, "No." I said, "Do I have cancer?" He said, "No." And I went to sleep. But what I did not do, I did not focus on cancer that whole time. Yeah. That 3 months, all I focused on was the things I needed to complete. That's what I focused on, because I didn't know what my life was going to look like, and I was not trying to figure it out. I just needed to know I need to do this, I need to do this. And affirmations was a huge part of me getting through that process. Huge. Now, my question, this is a question I have for you, because I know when I've done affirmations, and I look at a lot of stuff like, on YouTube, and a lot of these people telling me all this stuff, and, I got introduced to The Secret by Georgette years ago, and then The Shift by Wayne Dyer, which is all great stuff. But a lot of people say this stuff over and over and over again. You're saying you have a different affirmation every day. I thought, now here's what I thought. I thought it was the same affirmation over and over till what you when it came to fruition. I guess I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. But first of all, awesome that you beat cancer. Can I just say that? Are you feeling Can we give you a little props there?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. No, I have an affirmation that I say every day, and it hits every aspect. I have one that I got from a good friend in Florida, and it hangs on my wall in my closet and in my studio here above my desk. Mm-hmm. And so it's my go-to core. I guess it's the one that I feel hits every aspect. It hits health, it hits business, it hits relationships, it hits happiness, it hits goals, it hits it. So I'll share that with you if you like.
Yes, please. That sounds amazing.
It's an amazing one. And, obviously too, I can also email it. But it is, I think, the one that, I do believe that repetition, I suppose, is good, but you also want to throw in ones that, are tailored for the day, small, short sentences. Do you want to hear the one that I read?
Yes, please do. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I hope you see that it hits all aspects.
Okay.
And the way that I try to do it for maximum effect is you're supposed to stand up and say it out loud. I can't tell you the difference that it makes. When you read it in your head, you oftentimes will zone out. You won't concentrate. So that's why I have it in my closet, because I brush my hair, I stand up, I'm able to say it out loud. So this is my affirmation that I read daily. I am here now. It is my intent to use this practice day to rebuild, repair, and refresh me for abundant health, wonderful relationships, a thriving business, and financial freedom. Today and every day from now on, I will shed all negatives and hurts from my past. That's a huge one. I will override guilt, turn fear into faith, eliminate worry, and transform anxiety into calmness. I already have goosebumps. My ultimate goal is personal freedom. I give myself permission to grow, to change, to take risks, and to create a better life for myself and my loved ones. Every day, my connection with the higher source gets deeper, my inner strength grows stronger, and I am more peaceful and at ease. I am a good person. I am loving and courageous. I am caring and generous. I am trusting and open-minded. More importantly, I feel totally worthy of success, health, and happiness. I truly believe in myself to bring endless opportunities for growth and expansion in all areas of my life. With faith and belief in a splendid future, I have come to realize that I am a miracle. Isn't that huge?
That is huge. Listen, you need to email me that. You have to email me that, Caylin. That is amazing. You're right. It hit every aspect of your life. That is. So I thought.
Everything.
Let me tell you something. That was amazing.
Sometimes at the end, I will shout it. I'll be like, I am a miracle.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. So that is, think about that. You are literally I also love the fact that they say, I'm going to take this practice day. A lot of us don't think like that.
Yeah.
Like, this is our practice day, that we're just kind of rebuilding, repairing every day. Like, that's crazy. And then the other thing I love about it is that the ultimate goal is personal freedom.
Yeah. Yep.
What? That's amazing. Yeah. Who has personal freedom?
Right.
Raise your hand.
Right. Oh, that is. So I did a short one I started saying recently, because I was searching for purpose. And I was like, I feel like I'm not feeling fulfilled. And I think for me, in the business world, you probably heard this too, but you're a creative, so I'm sure people are like, focus on one thing. You got to focus on one thing. You got to focus on one thing. And I get it. I understand why that's important. And so, but when you do that, you suppress other parts of who you are. And I realized that's what I was doing. I was totally suppressing a lot of who I was, because I was trying to stay focused on this one thing. And instead of feeling happy, I was feeling sad, and I was feeling empty. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what is going on? And so I realized, you know what the heck with it? I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care what the world says. It's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that's why I decided to launch this new e-commerce. So I came up with a new affirmation, and my affirmation was, I am so grateful that I get to help a lot of people, make a lot of money, and have a lot of fun. And that's what I've been saying. And I was like, every time I say it,
love it.
I feel so happy. I was like, yeah, I'm just so happy and grateful that I get to help a lot of people, make a lot of money, and have a lot of fun. And that is exactly what I'm looking forward to. And so with this new business, I know that that's what's coming. So I'm excited about that. But that was powerful. What you just said was super powerful. And I'm saying to myself, man, I need to put that on the wall.
I know, and it's been with me. I've been saying it. This is going on. Let's see. I moved 2006. Yeah, no, later 2008. I've been saying this since 2008. So, and I am very consistent when I want to do something. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say I've almost hit every single day, give or take a few days. So it's got to be that good. It was enough for me to print out and frame on my wall, and it hits home in a lot of ways. But I do have to say one thing about your journey and the power of affirmations there. One of the things, and I wrote a blog about it called How to Battle Negative Vibes Like a Warrior. And one of it is that there's a step-by-step process of if you are affirming and if you are taking the practices for wellness, when you get news like you have cancer, you will be able to handle and process that 90% better than if you aren't practicing affirmations and daily wellness. You will be able to digest that information and process it and let it go. That's the training. That's the warrior training right there, is those affirmations daily saying, whatever's thrown at me, I can handle. It's in God's hands, whatever it is. Like, whatever happens, and I am a warrior and able to handle it. That is that whole concept of training your mind to take bad news. So, I think, as you said, like, I just let it go, and, I had an affirmation, and now here you are. You had surgery in July. You're here. You're talking to me now. You're opening up an e-commerce store. We are partnering with Art and Affrimations. And you think that happened by accident?
I can't say, no, I definitely don't think it was an accident. And it's so funny because, and I tell you this, I had to go to Emory a lot. Like, I was at Emory like once a month, just to get a checkup to see was something growing. And I remember the first time I had to go, I had to have an MRI. And so for me, my sign of everything is going to be okay is butterflies. And so I was like, Lord, if it's going to be okay, you got to show me butterflies. No lie, Caylin. I walk into Emory, right? So you come out the garage. And I was at the Emory, the one on Decatur side, because Emory has two hospitals. I was at the one on Decatur. You walk through the front door, you walk all the way down the hallway, you make a right. As soon as I made the right to get on the elevator, there was the cancer center wall was right there in front of me. So when I turned the corner to make a right, you could see the wall directly in front of you. There was nothing but butterflies on the wall. Butterflies on the wall. And I looked, I was like, butterflies, right? Instantly, I felt relief. I get on the elevator. I go upstairs. They put me on the MRI table. I'm laying. I had a bobby pin in my hair, right? So I lay on the table, and you're not supposed to have any metal. I thought I had took them all out. The bobby pin shot up into the top of the MRI thing, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" It was a bobby pin that had flew right out of my head. It was crazy because MRI is magnetic imaging resonant. Yeah. They pulled it right out of my hair, and it stuck up to and I was like, "Holy crap!" I look up to get the bobby pin, right? I look up. There's butterflies all on the ceiling. In the MRI room. So I know it was an accident. Even now, we're opening up this e-commerce store. I look at everything that I've done, and I look at where this could take us. And I say us because you're going to be a part of it because we're going to be collaborating. And I realize everything I need I already have. And it's like, and every time I think about it, it's been kind of crazy because I'm like, wow. I know how to do this, and this. I know who to call for this, and this. I know how to. It's just crazy, and I can see the vision as if I'm already doing it because it's so clear to me, and it's weird because I'm like I've never felt that type of clarity before. I've never felt that type of passion before, and I remember I don't know if you ever heard this, but Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. I don't know about Prince, but they said it a lot about Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. They said that they were always trying to outdo their best. And so for Michael Jackson, it was a thriller. And then he was always trying to outdo that. And that was a problem because he could never outdo that. And it became like one of these things that was just eating away at him because it was such a big hit that he could never out, even as big as he was, he could never outdo the Thriller. And Whitney was the same way, I think, with the Bodyguard. Like, she could never outdo the Bodyguard, and they struggled with that. And when I first heard that, I was like, yeah, I could never be like that. And when I tell you, I realized I was the same way. When Georgette and I invented those dolls, that's the biggest thing I had ever done in my life. And I've always tried to outdo that, not knowing that I was trying to outdo it. Nothing ever lived up to the height of those dolls, because every time I think about that was a thought in my head, that was put on paper, that was put in clay, that was put in vinyl, that came back from Hong Kong and was in my hand. I have never been able to outdo that. And I didn't even know I was trying to until recently. And so I was like, wait a minute. Because that would always show up for me. Like, that was a time that I was totally focused. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly who I was talking to. I didn't have to, like, figure out my audience. I knew who they were. It was crazy. That's how I feel about this new venture. And so, but had I not been doing all this work on myself for the last 20 years, I would be a hot mess in therapy every day. Because when you don't know where you're going, it's like you're living in a world of just craziness. And if you don't do work on yourself and use affirmations and things like that, you would be a mess. You think you're going crazy. And so what you're telling people and teaching people and how you're using your artwork to help people is amazing. And that affirmation you just shared is just powerful. I feel like you should put an art piece to that or something, because that's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah, I think for, what you just mentioned too, is that this outdoing yourself, that's so funny. I literally have never even thought of that, because I don't have anything to outdo, first of all, but also you got to ask yourself, the question is, do I really care if I outdo myself, or am I just adding to my portfolio? Like, is the next thing that I'm going to be doing just as good, if not better? But who cares if it outdoes the last thing I did, because whatever I'm doing, I'm growing, right? So that's funny. It's a different mindset just by simply kind of changing up the words a little bit. It's like, do I care if I'm outdoing myself? Not really. Let's go. So that's such an interesting way to look at it. So, but either way, affirmations will help either side, either way you think of it, right? So I hope that they do help other people. And I do want to let, your listeners know that custom affirmations are more important to me than you even picking out something on my, site that maybe doesn't fit you perfectly. I want to be a resource for those that are going through something and want something custom to them and their life. So whatever you're going through, I do want you to bring that to me and say, well, this is my style and this is what I need to channel or affirm in my life. Do you think you could send me something like that? And I definitely want to be, a resource there. So hope that helps.
It does. And thank you so much for just opening up this conversation for my listeners and for myself. And I feel so great right now. It's raining, but I'm going to enjoy the rain. I normally fight off the rain, but I'm going to enjoy the rain today. I'm going to go have breakfast, because I never eat breakfast before the show, which is crazy. So by the time I'm off the show, I'm starving. But tell everybody how to reach out to you. I know your website is under construction. And
yes.
But there's a way to still reach out to you.
I'm making it better. Yes, I am. My website is now becoming a WooCommerce store, so that's exciting. All of my artwork will be available for quick pay, PayPal and Stripe and all that good stuff. So it's actually a really, really positive thing. My wonderful husband has helped me to update my website and become a real official e-commerce store. So that's exciting. So it is cbcinked.com. And right now, while it's under construction, feel free to head over to Facebook. It's CBC Inked on Facebook. All of my affirmations are listed there. I also have some digital art prints and portraits that I'm doing for pets and families. That's kind of a fun piece as well. And Marketing in a Box just launched September 1st, and it is just marketing training to help you get your art or your brand out there, like in bite-sized pieces. There's some free webcasts and a free ebook if you want to take a look at, how to get your art on social media and how to build partnerships and just an organic way to get your brand out there. So I'm really excited to launch that. So connect with me. I am at CBC Inked on all social everywhere. So find me, share your story with me, and I'd love to make an art formation for you guys. So. And I still have to send one to you, Audrey.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, listen, we're going to be doing good business together. I know it in my heart.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about all the things I've learned and being able to collaborate with you and other artists. I'm looking forward to doing that. And just, oh man, this is good energy. I feel a tingling in my toes, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. But thank you so much for being my guest again. And we'll be talking offline, because I know you say you have 3 million art books. I need to take a look at some so we can see what pieces are we going to work with first. And I'm excited about that. So thank you again for being my guest. I will reach out to you shortly so we can kind of hook up and get together. Maybe we can go. Have you been to Paradigm yet? Did you go?
No.
Okay, so
she definitely need to.
Yeah, so Amber has Wednesdays where she let people come in and work for free. So maybe next Wednesday maybe next Wednesday. I don't know what your schedule is like, but I will reach out to you. We can just meet over there, because I haven't seen her since the pandemic, because I was scared to go out the house, but I'm good now. But maybe we can meet over there. You can get to meet her. It's a beautiful location, and Wednesdays you can go in there and work for free. And I'm sure she'll be happy to meet new people, and I'll be happy to see her, because I haven't seen her in a minute. But I'll shoot you an email.
Love it.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. Again,
Miss
Caylin White. Listen, you go to her website, cbcinc.com. It'll be back up tomorrow. Don't go today. It'll be back up tomorrow. Thank you so much for being my guest. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Look for an email from me shortly. And thank you again.
Thank you. Be well.
All right, thanks. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to go to my last song, and I'll be back after the song and give you my word of inspiration for the day. So, listen, I hope you enjoyed that interview, because I really did. All right, stay tuned.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave. What's your excuse to make me cry? My
guys. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did conducting it. I love when I have amazing guests on this show that can help empower and enlighten us, and that's what Caylin did. And I'm so grateful that she has become a part of my inner circle. And I'm looking so forward to working with her, and I'm looking so forward to sharing this new venture with you guys. So stay tuned for that. I'll be sharing it next week because I'll be finished doing some of the things I need to do. But today is my Friday, and I have to go. But before I go, I want to give you some words of inspiration. And I think you'll enjoy this. I hope you enjoy all of them. So here goes. Draw comfort from the past and hope from the future. I feel like this is like a perfect ending to this episode. Let me say it again. Draw comfort from your past and hope from the future. Yeah. Sometimes you have to look at the past and you have to draw comfort from the past. Not pain, comfort. Knowing that things that happened in your past are in your past and that you can always do better right now and you can look forward to the future. I'm so looking forward to the future. I'm in it now and I feel it all in my spirit right now. When I tell you my body is like actually tingling right now for some strange reason, it's like tingling, and that's a good thing. So I'm very present right now in the moment, but I'm so looking forward to the future. And so I do look back in the past as I did yesterday, just for comfort and remembrance of things that made me happy. But I also look forward to the future for things that could change not only my life, but the lives of the people that I love and care about and the people around the world. So thank you again for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 2 minutes with me and Caylin. I appreciate you so much. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. If you do not download the mobile apps yet to your phone, go to your Android phone or your Apple Store. Go to your Android store, your Apple Store, Google Play Store. Download the apps there. You can put them on your phone. Also, be sure to go to Apple Podcasts, pick out your favorite episodes. I hope this is one of them, and give it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And be sure, if you got an Alexa at home, listen to us on Alexa. All you got to do is say, Alexa, open Good Morning Gwinnett, and the latest episode will play. Thank you again for listening. Remember, stay safe out there. Love your family. Hug everybody. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.